You have a camper on your list that's difficult to buy for? Well, we're here to help solve that problem for you. Zach here with Frontenac Outfitters, and today we are going through a curated collection of some awesome little bits of gear that is sure to satisfy that person on your list. So let's get started. Let's have a look at some awesome gift ideas. Here from UCO, we have the candle lantern. These things are awesome. So this is the one candle unit. They've been around forever. They last forever. Really good construction in these things. And it's just a little candle in a collapsing jar. We have a little piece of protective glass on there, little hang chain on here so you can hang it up, around the campsite. You can set it down on the picnic table. You can carefully hang them in your tent, and they will even provide just, a little bit of heat in there, a little bit of warmth to kind of maybe help remove some of that condensation or just dampness you might feel in those evenings in the fall and early winter. These things are awesome. I've used one I've got the same one I've had for 20 odd years. It goes on most trips with me. The light from the candle, it's just a really warm, nice, cozy light that you can just kind of sit around at the picnic table, and maybe if you're playing cards in the evening or something like that, just gives off a really nice light. Great gift idea if the camper on your list does not have one of these guys. And if they do have one, maybe it's time for an upgrade. They come in some really fun and exciting colors. And if that you don't think is necessary, well, we can have a look at the big one. This is the candelier. So same idea as our single one. This one uses a 3 candle. It does not collapse like the small one does. So definitely, more of a base camping type thing, but it definitely throws a lot more light and a lot more warmth. This is great for, again, sitting around the campsite, just throws that nice warm light, especially with the 3 candles. It works really, really well if you're winter camping in hot tents. Again, those fall nights where the evenings start to close in a little earlier than we like to. We have the handle, flat surface on the top here, so you can even, warm up water on the top of this with a suitable pot. So really versatile. Really cool. Again, available in some really fun colors, and also the original aluminum color too. So if the camper on your list does more car camping or base camp style camping, this is a great option. It doesn't take up a ton of room in the kitchen kit. I usually store mine in my Wanigan if, I'm not doing big excessive portages and I need to count all the grams. If I'm going on a more ultralight or lightweight trip, this one usually finds its way into my kitchen kit, and there's a little cocoon you can get for it. It's, to give it some protection. You can get one for each size and helps protect it while it's sitting in your cage. So if the camper on your list has a candelier or the original candle lantern already, that's awesome. You know what we need though is we need candles, because those candles, they last a while. They're rated for about 9 hours, but it's a consumable item. So the replacement ones here are fantastic. You get a 3-pack, so you can either replace all of them in the candelier, or you're gonna have multiple hours of burn time on here for your single one. So bringing an extra one with you in your little gear bag, not a bad idea. And just one of those consumable products that's fantastic to have with you when you're out in the wilderness. These candles are rated to last 9 hours and are the direct replacement to fit in your original candle lantern and candelier from UCO. So if the warm, cozy light of the candle lantern or candelier isn't what you're looking for, the more modern version here would be something like this. This is the Black Diamond Volt. This is a great little portable light. It is rechargeable, can also run off of AA batteries. Has a nice bright light that is adjustable, so you can change the dimness settings on it to get a nice, more comfortable light than that bright kind of white light that you often get from these LED style ones. Your max runtime, you're looking at about 150 hours on this. Also, the other cool thing is this is USB rechargeable and also has a port to go out. So if you need to charge your phone or a headlight or something like that, there is the battery bank on the inside as well that you can use for that. So this is the Volt by Black Diamond, available in a couple of really fun colors. Awesome little gift for the camper on your list if they don't have something like this already. Now, something that sits between the candelier and the Volt, these styles of lights, is the Magic of the Twilights by ECO. These things are awesome. There's just a little string of pixie or fairy lights. They're super compact. It runs on batteries, so you can set these up at the campsite. This is a multicolor one, so you can change the color settings on it. And it just brings a bit of magic to the campsite. They're super fun, easy to hang, and if you're base camping, I love having these with me, especially when I'm out with the family. The kids love it. These are a great lightweight option that I would totally throw in my lightweight pack if we're going hiking or something like that. Increase the mood if we're celebrating a special occasion, just for some fun around the campsite in the evening. Comes with a little stuff sack, tiny little battery compartment here. Weighs like 4 ounces, so, you know, is it something? Yeah, but is it something that you can probably get away with as a little treat on the trail? Absolutely. This is the E&O Twilights. So while you're at camp enjoying your nice mood lighting with either your E&O Twilights or your UCO candle lantern, how are you gonna cook your food? Well, the Jetboil Flash is here to help answer that question. This stove is a serious upgrade from previous versions or other fast water boiling systems out there. Boils water in like 2 minutes, so fantastic for coffee or dehydrated meals. Everything kind of fits into the container here. They are fantastic in the color options that they're offering. It has a little gauge on here so you know when the water's hot. Lots of great features in this upgraded Flash from Jetboil. Lots of campers are gonna just enjoy eating their dehydrated meal right out of the pot here. So what do we do for a solution for that if we're using a short little fork or spoon is moving into one of our MSR folding spoon or spork. I love a spork. I think they're the coolest thing ever, but not for everybody, so you have the option of a spoon. And these are great. They fold in half, super lightweight. They fit into the bottom of the pot. They're great for eating meals out of a bag and weigh literally next to nothing. These are great as maybe even an emergency spoon that you can just keep in your cook kit. They fold up to tiny, so you can just kind of keep one tucked in your kitchen kit at all times, so you always have one in case you forgot to pack it when you're at home. The next thing on my suggestion list is going to be replacement pegs, or upgrade your pegs for your tent. Oftentimes, you know, tent manufacturers are shipping kind of just enough pegs to go with the tent, but maybe not extras for those extra guy lines for windy weather. Another thing that happens is, I mean, tent pegs just get damaged. They get bent when we're trying to shove them into the ground or hammer them into the ground. They get lost, they get forgotten. So having a few extra, always a good thing to have in your tent kit. They're super lightweight. They stand out really, really well. These little groundhog stakes are fantastic. They're a great upgrade to any tent kit. They are reliable. They're using this Y-beam design here, so they penetrate into the ground and hold incredibly well. Little pull tabs on here, so pulling them back out of the ground, super simple. They're a nice bright red, so they do stand out on the ground really effectively. Fairly lightweight, you know, so they're not gonna add a ton of weight to your kit. So I would recommend the groundhog for most campers. This is a great quality, lightweight stake. But if you know you've got an ultralight hiker, these carbon cores are fantastic. Super lightweight, lightest on the market, and you know, for those ultralight guys, these are, you know, not a cheap purchase, so it may be something that they haven't upgraded to on their tent kit, so check those ones out. As you're picking out your perfect gifts, remember that we do offer free shipping on orders over a certain amount. So let's have a look at some awesome add-ons that can help reach your goal and get your order shipped for free. This one here, super popular. This is the Silva Pocket Compass. I love these. They can clip onto your jacket or your backpack or whatever. Has a little thermometer on the bottom and then a super accurate compass that Silva's known for, you know, their quality as opposed to, you know, the real cheap generic ones, and just makes an awesome little gift. Carabiners from NRS. Again, another product. It's one of these things you can almost not have too many of. I use these for everything when I'm out camping or out on the water. They're just so useful to have for attaching gear, hanging gear, using for, you know, actual carabiner things. So extra carabiners, not a bad gift at all. A really good one is gonna be dehydrated food from Backpacker's Pantry. I mean, this is super easy to give as a gift. They're delicious. Anybody who's spending any time in the outdoors is likely going to enjoy one of these. Receiving this as a gift, bound to make anybody happy. And lastly, you could get something from their favorite paddle shop. We've got Frontenac Outfitter merchandise, mugs, keychains, hats, whole range of t-shirts and sweaters. Oops. And a whole range of t-shirts and sweaters for your favorite paddler. So sometimes when we're in the backcountry, we can run into problems with damaged gear or get a tear in our tents or, God forbid, a leak in our sleeping pad. Well, this would be the rescue for that, and you would be the hero in their dreams. This is the field repair kit from Gear Aid. They offer a whole host of different products for, you know, repairs and stuff like that. This is a great one to just have in that, you know, kind of spare parts repair bin while you're out on the trail. It can cover a lot of problems, whether it's with your tent or with your sleeping bag or your sleeping pad. It has a solution built into this little guy right here. Packed into this nice little tube are some patches, an application brush, the adhesive, some instructions on, you know, how to repair common bits of gear. Just shove this in your bag and you're ready to go. So while we're on the topic of repairs, we should probably talk about maintenance. Knife and Axe has some nice options for handling fine knives or axes, and they have a curated solution here of materials to help preserve and extend the life of those nice pieces of equipment. This is the handle wax from Knife and Axe. This is great for keeping the moisture in your high-end knives with the wooden handles, your axes, and just keeping them from kind of drying out and, you know, causing problems, and just giving extra life and beauty to those high-end pieces of gear. Some other items that we would be looking at, I mean, this is great for anybody that has a knife. This is just knife oil. It's gonna keep the rust away. It's gonna keep it lubricated. If it's a folding knife, it's gonna keep that mechanism working really smoothly. This is something everybody should have in their home repair kit. Quality knife oil or blade oil is gonna be better than using, you know, like vegetable oil or olive oil, as cooking oils can tend to go rancid and acidic over time. So not the best practice to be using with a knife. So look at something that's properly made for it, a Knife and Axe blade oil. And lastly is going to be our Knife and Axe sharpening stone. This is a sharpening stone for a knife, small enough that you can take out in the field with you if you're using your knife a lot for bushcraft, you know, cutting branches and that type of thing. So you can keep a nice edge on your blade. It's two-sided, so you're gonna have a rougher side as well as a finishing side here. Just a really nice, beautiful looking stone that's gonna work, you know, really, really well at home or out in the field if you choose to take one with you. Whether it's a, you know, less expensive knife or a really high-end one, knowing how to sharpen your blade at home is a really good skill to have. So if you've seen your camper carrying one of those big blue portage barrels, then this is a great option. So RBW has some fantastic bits of kit designed to work with those barrels. We've got the kitchen accessory fold here that can go on the outside. You can mount it on the inside of the barrel. The new barrel seat, this is really great. Fits on top of the barrel and just gives you a nice easy spot to sit down. So a great option to have. It's got tie down straps on here so you can just attach it to the barrel harness. Really simple to use and just another nice little special addition. Oftentimes a frustrating problem with using barrels is just everything kind of gets shoved in there. There's no organization. You got to pretty much dump everything out to find the, you know, the food pack or whatever you're looking for. And this is the solution to that, are these barrel bags. Again, designed to just sit right in there perfectly. You can stack them on top of each other. There's versions that have a lid on them as well, just again, to really help with the organization and keeping things kind of within the right spot within your barrel so you can load it up and not have to worry about, you know, stuff falling down the side or disappearing altogether. The RBW barrel bag. And lastly, the barrel cooler. These things are great, you know, designed to obviously offer a bit of insulation. It has a zipper pouch here on the front. Not waterproof, so you're not gonna wanna throw, you know, necessarily bags of ice in here, but a really good way to keep some things cool if you're going out for a weekend, especially, you know, in the fall or spring. This is gonna work really, really well, fitting perfectly into the bottom of the barrel. Out of everything we've talked about here, I'm sure there's something that's gonna work for the camper on your list. You can find all these items plus more gift ideas on our website by clicking on the link below. Thanks a lot for watching.